Hi, my name is Doug. Welcome to Psalms of Love podcast.
Love conquers all.
Are miracles still real? Do they still happen today? Or did they stop with the apostles in the Bible? I want to share an experience that my wife and I had this year, August the 8th. We were going to a location. We were driving down this 2-lane highway. It's very heavily traveled, and there is passing that goes on this 2-lane highway all the time. We were at a certain point. Now, in this 2-lane highway, most of the time, there is ditches off to the side or trees, woods right next to the road. But we were in an area where happened to be flat grass off to the side and trees further back. When we were traveling, we saw this vehicle that was passing a line of cars down the road ahead of us, and that's nothing new. We've seen this many times on this road. The difference is this: when the car that was passing these line of cars got to the point to where they could have gotten over into the lane and kept on going, this car did not. But this car kept going straight in our lane, right towards us. And to be exact, this car was picking up speed. It was barreling faster and faster in our lane, refusing to get over. And in the first thought that I had was a gut reaction, logical thought: I need to get off the road. But then I hesitated because I felt deep within not to get off the road at that moment. As I continued to watch the car barreling towards us, it was not swerving, it was not going off and back on the road. So there was nothing going on evidently with this driver. This driver had made a decision, from what we feel, to take their own life and use us to do it. In this whole time frame we're watching the vehicle come towards us, I felt deep within let off on the gas. And then at a certain point, I felt to put on the brakes. Each time I was listening to that small voice that was speaking to me. And when this vehicle got within 5 feet, maybe 8 feet, right in front of us, it suddenly veered, changed course, and turned and went off the road to our right. The car turned left and went off the road to our right. When it went off the road, it skidded and started to fishtail around. I thought the back end of the car was going to come around and hit the side of the car where my wife was sitting on the passenger side. And it did not. It hit a point and then came to a sudden stop and then started going forward. When it went forward, it was going at an angle where it came back onto the road and was about 3 feet to 4 to 5 feet in front of us. I couldn't tell exactly, but it was close. We couldn't see inside the car because the windows were that dark. And when it came on the road at an angle. I thought for sure it is going to come around and it's going to hit us on the back end of the other side. It was when it was coming on the road at that moment, I heard that still small voice say, go off the road now. So I turned while it was coming onto the road and started going off the road. It came onto the road at the angle. Like I said, I thought it was going to hit our back left side, when suddenly it straightened up and darted across the road to the other side where there was nothing but flat grassland, and it spun on the other side and came to a stop. All of this time this was happening, the vehicles that it had passed had still not reached us yet, because there was a truck in front that was going very slow, had their flashers on, so they were causing the line of traffic. All of this happened within minutes. And they always say that in times like that, your life will pass before your eyes. I didn't have that. I had no thoughts other than this vehicle is coming right at us. When I heard the still small voice directing me on what to do, I did it. I listened and I did it. The Bible says that God is not in the thunder, is not in the fire, is not in the earthquake. But most of the time he speaks in a still small voice. I heard his still small voice deep in my spirit. And I realized that by listening to him, if I had not, we would have had an impact. And I wouldn't be standing here today, and my wife wouldn't be here neither. But we are. And we are continuing to declare the goodness of God. I don't know if an angel stepped out in that time frame where that car was about 5 to 8 feet in front of us and then suddenly went off the road. I don't know if it was an angel that stepped in the way or if Jesus stepped in the way himself. But something stopped that car because they were not going to stop. I could see that. So do miracles happen? Yes, they still do. Do they happen in this way all the time? Sometimes. But sometimes the miracle is in the small things of when you need something and you realize you don't have the finances for it, and then you go to try to get it, and the product you're needing at that moment is on sale and you can afford it. Or someone the day before blessed you with money which gave you enough to get that product. Miracles happen every day. We just have to open our eyes, our spiritual eyes, to see. I hope this has encouraged you today. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Shalom.